The pretending to wake up and get out of bed part of these videos is always so cringy, but I didn't know what else to do. Morning.
Hi, Nikhil.
Hello, brother. Is it cool if I put you on my YouTube channel?
I don't care.
Are you the only one in right now?
Yes.
So yeah, this is Jade. He is a software engineer. He's my buddy old pal.
I'm making this like vlog about a day in the life of like a software consultant, Salesforce consultant.
The job is like 100% remote for the most part. In fact, like a majority of the team doesn't even come in on any given day, pretty much ever. That's one amazing flexibility that comes with being a Salesforce consultant or Salesforce software developer, is that like the flexibility is pretty insane. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna start our day, or I'm gonna start my day. I'm sure you've been here for a little bit, and I'll show you what I do. All right, so here's the job really. I've been given a list of requirements for a client, which I don't think I can show, but based off of those requirements, I sort of create in something called Journey Builder, a group of email sends and decision splits. I basically decide, depending on where a customer might be going into a website, what email should be sent and when. It's kind of like a job that's like design meets marketing meets a tiny bit of code, but I don't really know any code, just a little bit of SQL. If I were to look at the first article on the future market for Salesforce jobs, the jobs are booming. The demand for Salesforce skills is huge. There's gonna be 3.3 million new jobs in Salesforce by 2022, and the average salaries, they range anywhere from 70,000 on the lower end all the way up to 130K. And it's not terribly hard to learn compared to like actual programming, so I think this is a field that is insanely slept on and could be particularly useful for the artist or the creative. All right, my guy, are you gonna be here much longer?
I'm gonna be here for a long time.
You're working too hard. Anyway, I'll see you later. One thing that I realized in my time pursuing work as an actor is that being an artist is often just a game of attrition. What often kills the career of actors or musicians isn't a lack of talent, it's more often just that parking ticket or not being able to pay rent. And I realized if I want to be successful and I want to stay in the game for a long period of time, I would need to find a career that would earn me a decent amount of money, but also give me the time and energy and flexibility to pursue what I want. And it was a pretty decently long process to getting a position like that. But after 3 years of strategic thinking and figuring out the right industry for me, I can say that I finally found a position as a software consultant which allows me to do that. Our office is actually relatively empty most days of the week because headquarters are in Fargo, North Dakota, and most of the team is remote, so people work from home or there's team members in Texas or California, and so it's actually not unusual that I would be the only person in a really huge office. Getting on client calls, getting on team calls, figuring out solutions and designs to whatever the requirements are for the client in their marketing strategy, usually email marketing strategies, and then I spend the day building the designs and testing them. 6 p.m. is usually when I wrap up work, and my evenings are quite varied. I usually try to do something in the evenings. I can't really do intellectual work. Tonight I'm going to the Twin Cities Film Festival Gala. Basically I'm gonna catch up with a few people who are local filmmakers. The indie filmmaking scene in Minnesota isn't amazing, but there's people who really care about the art of filmmaking, and so I just want to let them know that I'm someone who is interested in working with them if that opportunity opens up. So that's what I'll be doing this evening. On my way to the industry night, I generally am pretty shy when trying to network, especially when it comes to like trying to get work as an actor. But you know what, even when you're scared, you just have to do your best, and so often there's a ton of fear about putting yourself out there in whatever capacity, but especially when it comes to like being an artist, And what I'm finding is like, just get in there and do it, you know, do your best with it. Because this is your work that we're talking about, and you've got to be willing to advocate for your own work. So let's go do this thing. So Ruth is my unofficial manager. She knows about my lifestyle. She knows that I'm a no-fat man.
Yes, I actually asked him what is no-fat.
And I told her! This video is called A Day in the Life of a Salesforce Consultant or a Software Consultant, but I showed you some extra elements of what I do as my life in work outside of being a consultant. But hopefully that wasn't a terrible thing, because I think so many of us, we get caught up in just our main preoccupation with work. We forget our artistry, and I guess I wanted to show both sides of things. So that's the video for today. That's my routine as a Salesforce consultant. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, my name is Nikhil. This channel is having an identity crisis right now, but generally speaking, every Sunday there's like a lifestyle video, and on Wednesdays I do a comedy sketch. So if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. And with that being said, for those of us who are willing to play the game of attrition as an artist, to stay in the game and also nurture our careers, to us I say, greatness is coming. I'll see you guys in a few days. Cheers.